Hello Pisces and Pisces Rising. Welcome to your May 2016 reading. I hope that your month is off to a good start. And I know that this month a lot of you are probably wondering, how is retrograde going to affect me? The good news is there tends to be an overemphasis on sort of the doom and gloom of retrograde. I don't feel like it's the end of the world. I actually feel like there can be a lot of blessings that come through with a retrograde cycle, specifically in opportunities to release anything that no longer suits you, particularly, and also to revisit any sort of old relationships that maybe you didn't leave on a good note. They have a way of popping back up, and you can sort of address it and release it and move on, and better things can come to you. Your channeled information for this month was an odd word, actually. It was permission. And a couple things come to mind. The first one is actually in a very sort of business and practical sense with that word, which is make sure that, for instance, if you're a new business, you have the proper permits. If you are trying to go about anything from a sort of legal perspective, whether it's in your day-to-day job or even just sort of like building a new house, looking to make sure that everything is good to go. There may be a couple of loopholes that you have to jump through this month in getting building permits, in getting licenses, in getting legal approvals for things. So getting permission granted for moving forward is going to be sort of like a key challenge for many of you this month. With proper preparation, I don't see a lot to worry about, but you're just going to have to really work on the specifics, the ins and the outs of getting what you need, okay? Instead of doing a catalyst this month, for those of you that are new, I always pull 4 extra cards at the end for health, wealth, love, and destiny, and I do one at the beginning as a catalyst to kick things off and connect all of them. Since we're in retrograde, I'm going to split that catalyst card into 2. We have triggers and opportunities. Triggers being sort of the more shadow elements, and opportunities being the more light or positive elements. If we look at your trigger this month, you know that card wants to come out, but I want to shuffle it, so you're going to get 2 triggers. Shuffle this again. And it's this one. So your first card is Aries, War. And the sort of very hypermasculine energy in this one is to sort of you might have a moment this month where your temper flares and you want to sort of just immediately act on that. I want you to sort of temper that. This is not the month. Retrograde is not the month to go to war. So that's your first message, is try not to lose your temper. This one came up for, I would say, half of the signs this month, and it is perfection. So knowing that retrograde is the chance for you to actually work through the imperfections on a way to sort of a more solid sense of who you are or what the project is. But there's no such thing as being perfect. It's a misconception, and we need to start thinking about just how to be the best that we can be. Okay, so let's look at what you really should be focusing on this month. I swear. I really tried to shuffle that, and this has come up a lot too. So they're very common messages for every sign this month, which doesn't happen that often. So this is a unique month, and I think it is being supported by the retrograde energy. So this is going to your intuition, what you feel, what you know, going to that more, what we associate with women, because this is sort of like feminine intuition, but it's about the that female energy that we all have, creative energy that holds space for new things. You should be spending time developing your intuition, your creativity, that softer side of yourself, and feel and know your way through a solution rather than necessarily looking at all of the book knowledge. There are going to be moments this month where you just have to go on your gut instinct alone, and it will serve you well. What you don't want to do, though, I'll help you tune into your gut, is to go to war. So avoid any sort of altercations this month, it's not going to end in a great way, not in the ideal sort of way. And try not to hold others to such a high degree of like perfection or expectation that they can never achieve it. And likewise for yourself, allow yourself to be a work in progress and not have to feel like, if I don't do this, if I'm not perfect, that things won't work out. Allow yourself some wiggle room. You're a work in progress, okay? Let's take a look and see what the cards have to say, and then we'll expand this forecast to include health, wealth, love, and destiny. Okay, let me just line up the cards here and we'll take a look and see what's going on. I love this. I love the colors in this deck. It brings a lot of energetic information to the reading as well. Okay, so your center card, a lot of focus this month on feeling like you are secure in your money situation. Be in a place where you can receive help if you need it. This is a very receptive sort of card, and it has, again, sort of more, I'm getting more of a sense of feminine energy this month. So you may get help in the form of maybe a woman in your life, or a parental figure that's very nurturing, or a mentor that has a very sort of nurturing approach towards you. But you need to go and either allow them to know that you need help and then receive it with gratitude, or sort of just put out to the universe that you're ready for that. If you're looking for sort of like a love situation too, what I see here is a very strong, darker hair, darker eyed individual coming through, knowing that knights can be men or women, but typically are men. And this is someone that would come into your life. This isn't someone that you would have to seek out. So for those of you that are looking for someone new, it's a good month to make sure you put yourself out there and go out with friends, and this is something where you could actually meet someone. They would come to you, it looks like. Five of Staves over top of a money card tells me that what you're going to have to be focusing on is just really working hard this month. That's not a bad thing. It shows me that you'll be busy. What you want to try to stay away from, there are these big lightning bolts here, or any sort of drama at work, and try to instead think, I'm going to be powerful and conjure up the sort of existence that I'm looking for, the opportunities that I'm wanting. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm working so hard and nothing's happening. This is just one month in many, and you may need to work hard this month. That doesn't mean you'll have to do the same every single month. Your biggest challenge last month, it looks like, was really coming to focus on what it was you wanted to put your time and attention into, and trying to sort of look towards the growth opportunities this year. Some of you may be in a relationship or a job where you feel like the growth has sort of stopped a bit. And if that's happened, what I see with the Two of Chalices reversed is you're going to have to decide, does this person understand, and do we have a lot in common? Because if you don't have enough in common, then this is something where it's going to be your time to sort of reset and think, all right, fine, is this worth it anymore? Because we have the Two of Staves here, which is about looking into the future. So it's a decision point for both of you, and I see some of you have already sort of made a decision to walk away, move on, or look towards other things. I think it's safe always to sort of like take stock in where you're at, and that's really your key advice this month. Not so much to make the decision to go forward or not, but really to focus on, is this what I was looking for? Am I happy? Is this person happy? This is your month to take stock. Stubbornness could be a challenge. We have the King of Staves in reverse. Also, there could be a very strong fire sign that could be a little bit of a roadblock for you. Likewise, there is this looks like it's more of a male presence. This one is more of a female presence. If there is someone that you go to as a mentor, that's not a bad thing. But I see if somebody's sort of pushing a block up, I would really encourage you to release and move on, because the World card here is in the environment. So this is time for many of you to take your own ideas, your own power, remembering that this month came to me more in a feminine sort of creative flow, and do something with it. That's what I'm seeing, and that's how these cards go together. And with this masculine energy tying up more to the warring cards that I pulled, I would say be careful, okay? I really think those two were expressions of the shadow and light that I pulled at the beginning. What I see as an opportunity here in the hopes and fears desired action area is the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Vesicles, which is about you starting to take control over your money, see it either grow, see debts kind of pull back, and basically it's slow but steady progress. A lot of times you'll see someone working in the field in this card with a garden hoe or sort of like tending to a financial garden. This one we actually see someone beginning to harvest their efforts. So what I see for you is that things are turning around positively, and I want you to enjoy that and keep at it. What we see in the outcome card is the Four of Staves, the Four of Wands. It's reversed. Even reversed, this is a positive card. It's up to you if there is a relationship that's sort of on the rocks this month, if you want to proceed with it. If you do, it's going to be a few months of hard work, but there is chances for reconciliation. If you're single, what this means is there's of course a chance for partnership, but it's really beneficial for business too. If you've ever thought of trying to get an investor, a new partner, or if you wanted to interview and look for new jobs, job seeking is really supported under this. But it's not something where you're going to get the job this month. It's the time to plant the seeds, to have the lunches, to start exploring. Okay? Overall, pretty good information coming through. Not a lot that you have to be sort of worried about. There was no Tower or Ten of Swords or anything like that. There's a lot of choices for you to make this month, as indicated by your deep past or your sort of like your pillar card here, but I feel like you can do it, and you know which one already that you're sort of headed towards. Let's expand your forecast and take a look first at what's coming through for your general health and well-being. Interesting, this has come up a lot as well. Really good month to, I think of the old computer phrase, garbage in, garbage out, but you put something beautiful in, and it also is going to give you all the great fuel that you need. Think of a higher octane fuel for a car, the sports cars that need better fuel. You're like that sports car, you need better fuel. So lay off on the processed foods, on the genetically modified or starchy or sugary foods. You really want to go more towards vegetables and green food. This is a common message that's been coming through for a lot of signs this month. I actually am very heartened that there's so many common messages this month, because what it's showing is basically clarification that retrograde has a similar effect, irrespective of your sign. So it's a good thing. All right, so let's take a look now at your wealth. It is a chance for many of you to start to prepare for that leap of faith, to possibly, like I said, seek out a new business partner, a new business opportunity. It looks like it's pretty positive. Looks also like you might need to wait until August for that to fully come into fruition, but start to take that leap of faith now. It's going to help you out. You could be a little bit more, I don't want to use the word risky, but you could be, you could sort of look at the prospects, and if you're comfortable, you could sort of go in a direction that is less conservative. Let's put it that way. Okay, now let's look at your love. And I see continued success and growth throughout all relationships. Even if you decide to move past one, I see another one coming in. And this growth overall, I feel like it's going, your career growth is actually going to positively affect your personal growth with relationships. Finally, let's take a look at your destiny card, showing where all of this is headed, why you're going through what you're going through. So this is confirmation that you're really on a path now of rapid movement, and I do see a flow of opportunity and potential money or jobs coming your way. So stick with it. You're not stuck right now. There was nothing actually in your reading that indicated stagnant waters at all, because there was no hanged man, there was no death, there was no judgment, none of this. It feels like you're on the right path. You need to continue. let's sort of sum it up and pull it together so that you can remember the salient points here. First card that came through that was a channeled message for me is permission, making sure that you've sought out all of the appropriate approvals, all of the appropriate permits, and any sort of legal or general sort of approval information that you're going to need to go forward with something this month. Be very, very mindful of that. Something could crop up. Really trying to stay away from this sort of aggressive energy that's coming through with Aries, and also with this god here, which is showing like trying to be a perfectionist. So I want you to instead embrace the gentler side of your personality, of your ego. Follow what you know and feel. It's going to lead you in the right path this month. Your center card showing money growth being very, very good this month. You are going to have to work hard, but hard work is not bad in and of itself. Your big thing that you want to focus on overall is checking in with yourself, forecasting, thinking, is this where I want it to be? If not, where do I want to go? Don't give up on all the hard work that you've done. I see great things coming through with that. If you kind of reach this hyper-masculine energy in your life or somewhere else, what this card is saying is to release, to move on, to let go of that person or that situation. For many of you, there may be a need to move out of where you're at, or some of you may find yourself in a position where you're finally being recognized. That card is one that comes up with travel, publishing, broadcasting, so you may get your message out to more people. For your final 4 cards, again, focusing absolutely on diet. This is a common message this month for all signs. Knowing that when it comes to your wealth situations, there may be a risk involved, but I do see that it could pay off. Only you will know if that's a worthwhile risk for you. For love and relationships, continued success and growth, or growth if there has been none before, it's coming through. And overall, you're on a great path towards moving towards your dream. So just stick with it, stay positive, and stay alert. That's all the information that came through for you this month. If you ever need more information or want a one-on-one, I do offer those. I'll post a link in the corner and you can take a look at my availability and my rates. Otherwise, just to keep in touch, the easiest way is to subscribe on this channel or to my newsletter or Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter though, so pick your favorite way to follow me, and I'm out there. Finally, and most importantly, I just want to say thank you. There are countless choices and opportunities for you to talk to other people or listen to other people. You chose to sit down with me for a little bit today, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. I hope this was helpful for you. And take care of yourselves, okay? That's all for now. Sat Nam. Have a great month. Bye-bye.